All right. Jump in, jump in. We're going to have a fun night tonight. We're going to be going over, you can hear that door open every time you do that. We're going to be going over niche research tonight. I know that some of you, and the reason I got to that is some of you guys get in here, right? And you guys are like, hey, where do I start? What do I do? And some of you have more time than money, right? So maybe you're not going after search engine optimization. Maybe you're going after lead generation. And so you jump in, you don't really niche down. And just so we get it clear real quick, guys, of who needs niche research. And that it doesn't matter whether you're selling SEO or whether you're doing lead generation, niche research needs to happen for either one of those, right? Because at the end of the day, it's like you want to go into something and not have to learn so much, right? So if you want to go fast, look sexy, if you want to get out of your own way and jump in and get started, then you need to niche down. Because if you don't, you're going to end up like I was when I first started, where I put up, one for concrete, one for stucco, one for this, one for that. And as you guys know, when you guys go through the backlink section of this course, it takes different links, right? So different types of links for different types of sites, right? And so what you end up doing is you end up wasting your time. You end up spending a ton of time on different stuff, like finding different types of backlinks for fencing companies than concrete companies, or different research. As you'll see tonight when we get into this, it's not just knowing what backlinks go into a site, but it's also knowing the business, right? So concrete companies make a different profit margin than fence repair, right? And different things go in there. And I think when you work in a niche, when you actually get in and dig in and you know just as much as a business owner, I feel like sales and solutions and ranking become a lot easier. And so tonight is all about finding that niche, finding that grind, finding that thing that you've been missing. Because maybe you were like me, maybe you jumped in here, maybe you put in a bunch of different niches when you first started, and we need to get you back to ground level. We need to get you back to foundation building, right? And I would rather build out knowing everything about one niche than build up and have a skinny foundation that's going to topple over at some point, right? Because there's too much to learn, there's too much to put in, and very little coming out of it. If we can hyper focus on one niche, that's what's going to get you there a lot faster. We seriously now, we focus on one niche. We build over 100 sites in that niche every 30, 60, 90 days. Sometimes we waited this last one. I know we did 106 in a niche 90 days ago, and we're getting ready to do another, I think 93 in a different niche right now. So, but that's how you can go fast, right? You can go super fast, knowing your niche, knowing your target audience, knowing how much they charge for each service, and being able to charge them accordingly, right? 10 times the value. We always talk about that inside of here. Whoever we work with, we want to make sure that we're offering 10 times the value. And it's in this niche research that we're able to know that. So when we get to the drawing table, whether we're selling SEO or whether we're doing lead gen, we know that we can bring value. We know that what we have is going to work. And a lot of times for you new guys that are in here, if we find you a niche in lead gen, there's no reason you can't take that niche as well and hit the 6 steps tomorrow, right? You could hit that 6 steps tomorrow and start selling SEO behind that niche and rank your own lead gen to sell there, right? So a little bit of double dipping, but that's what I want to go over tonight. I know normally when I start these things, when I jump in here and start talking to you guys, I give shout outs to people who have landed deals. I didn't write down everybody's name tonight, so I don't know what deals have been landed since last week to this week. I know it was quite a few of them. I know Bree Mashad had some, Devin had some, Simon had some. So shout out to all of you, no matter who you are, whether you're brand new, whether you've been here a while, doesn't matter to me. If you got out of your own way and you took the necessary action after learning these new skills to go out there and land a customer, shout out to you, right? Because as you guys know, I preach this all the time. Knowledge is not power. The action that you take behind the knowledge that you've gained is power. And so that is powerful for you to get out of your own way, follow the 6 steps, follow your dreams, and build. And so congratulations to you. Whether I shouted out your name or not, congratulations to you, okay? That's the biggest step for each and every one of you. Whether, like I said, whether you've been here a while or whether you're brand new, the biggest thing here, guys, the biggest takeaway that you can take is the fact that I'm going to give you knowledge here tonight, but without you actually taking action behind it, without you getting out of your own way and actually doing some niche research and actually getting in here and learning about these businesses, learning about these business owners, learning about the backlinks, the type of backlinks you may need, or the best citations for this niche, or whatever it is, the content needed, etc. Unless you do that research, unless you take action behind it, it's not going to lead you anywhere, right? And the whole reason you're here is to build your own digital real estate empire. And I want to make sure that each and every one of you have the tools to do that and succeed, right? So with that being said, say hi if you're just jumping in. I know it's still filling up. So say hi if you're just jumping in. Here in a second, I'll be sharing my screen. We're going to start going over some of this niche research as well. But one of the things I want you guys to think about going into this with me here tonight is, what is some of your experience? I know there's a member that posted a few days back talking about, hey, how do I qualify a niche? How do I know a niche or whatever in here? And I told her, what do you have experience in? So let me ask you guys this. What do you have experience in? Some of you, maybe your dad owned a construction company. Maybe you know septics. Maybe your cousin owns a fencing company. What is it that you have experience with? What is it that you know right off the top of your head that you know makes money because your cousin's making money, your dad made money, whoever it is, you know somebody in that niche. And I know this. I know that each and every one of you know somebody in a niche currently right now, because 50%. So this is how it goes. It's for every business owner or small business owner in the United States, for every large corporation, I believe it's 1 for 1. So 50% of the people work for a small business that makes money, right? And so who do you know that may work for somebody that makes a lot of money? Your cousin, your uncles, your aunts, whoever that is in your family or in your surroundings that you feel comfortable in that niche, right? And I think we always start with what we know, and then we kind of grow from there, right? And so ask yourself that question. Who do you know that has a small business that makes good money? I would start with that, okay? I'm going to go over here real quick, and I'm going to jump into Zoom. This meeting is being live streamed. Got it. Perfect. And you guys are going to see me looking over here at this screen a little bit. I'm trying to get, well, there's Facebook. Cool. All right, so let's go here. I'm going to pull this over, but we're going to jump in real quick. And I'm going to go with, what do you think? Let me just start the process just like I would for anything. So like I get things in my head, right? So I'll be in here and I'll go like Google and I'll be like, man, that seems really good. So, I might go fencing, Colorado Springs, right? You guys know I got a fencing one out here. It's the number 1 out here. But I would go through this, and the first thing I'm looking for, just so you guys know, is I'm looking for what we call low-hanging fruit, right? And so low-hanging fruit would be, things like, somebody in the top 3 here that isn't ranking in the top 10 organically. So that would be low-hanging fruit, right? As you can see, all 3 of these guys are. Another thing that would be low-hanging fruit, and I doubt we're going to find any here. Oh, maybe right there. Okay. Here's another thing that would be low-hanging fruit is when I jump into the maps here, I see, website, and then no website. So I see in the top 10, I see a company that's ranking in the top 10 in the maps. Okay. Maybe not organically, but in the maps, and they are not listed there, and they don't have a website, right? So that would be low-hanging fruit. So fencing seems like a pretty low-hanging fruit one, right? But let's go and look as well and go out here to Pueblo, fencing Pueblo. And this is looking good too, right? Taylor Fence, Top Notch Fence, Ben Mola Fence, And as you can see, no website here, right? So I can get something, and here's another one with no website. So you got 3 in the top 10 with absolutely no website, right? That's a pretty big sign of low-hanging fruit, at least in that area, right? So I'm going to look for low-hanging fruit. I'm going to use tools, resources, everything I have to really find that. But I want to do something even further with you guys real quick. So let's go to Google Docs. I'm going to jump in here, and we're going to walk through this just like we normally would. Give me a second. Oh my God, I got so freaking many. Let's go to that one. Here we go. Everybody can see my screen all right, right? Everything's good? Cool, cool, cool. Looks like it's good. All right, we're going to go here. All right, I'm going to title this doc, niche selection. Okay. And we're just going to start down here. I'm going to do, all right. So normally we target like interior, right? And so when we're targeting niches, or most people are targeting niches, we're looking at like home remodelers or interior remodeling, right? And most people, when they're trying to find a niche, remodeling. So I'm going to post that there. When they're trying to find a niche, they go like this. They go, okay, stucco. They go, or really they go siding. They won't even do stucco. So they'll do like siding. And then they might go roofing. They might go fencing. They might go, and this is interior. So I'm doing this wrong. This would be exterior. So roofing, siding. Give me 1 second. Exterior. Okay, boom. And so siding, roofing, gutters, gutters, decks, concrete, fencing, right? And like that's usually what most people think when they come into a niche, right? They think about that far right there. Okay. But what you need to do when you go and look for a niche is the riches are in the obscure niches, right? And so it's like the riches are deep down inside of there. And so I want to walk you through one. Somebody pick one of these right here that we can go in and start playing with a little bit and actually kind of dig into, right? Okay. All right, so we're going to go with decks. Decks, cool. Copy. So if I drop decks in here, paste. So inside decks, instead of just throwing up a lead gen, right? Because a lot of you, when you come in, you'll get in here and you're just going to take decks and you're going to build out a huge deck site, right? So you're going to go into decks and you're just going to build out an entire deck site. But when we're starting to look for some of this, watch. So if we come into Ahrefs, pull that down, sign in. Oh, all right. So if we come into Ahrefs and we go like this, and we do, let's just do decks. So Keyword Explorer, decks, Colorado Springs. As you can see, you see that, and if you're brand new, you're just learning this, but keyword difficulty of 11 is decently high. What I tell you guys just kind of go after is 0 to 3 KDs when you're just starting out, right? We're not here to run with the high school kids. We're here to knock out third graders day in and day out, like my mentor says. And so if we're looking for third graders, going after just decks, Colorado Springs, isn't really going to work, right? It's not really going to work for us. So what we need to do, instead of putting up a deck site, like most of you would come in, you'd throw up a deck site, you'd get it all built out, you'd do all that stuff, and then you're sitting around waiting because now your backlinks need to be found. You got to add backlinks longer, right? So what goes into ranking something that's a 11 KD? Well, one is time, right? 2 is you need to have more pages, more content than your competitors, right? Your competitors have a lot more content on their site than you do usually. So you got to pay for more content up front or spend more time writing it. You got to do your backlinks. You got to do your citations, right? There's a lot more comp to it. And so it's not really low hanging fruit, but that's what most of you are doing. And that's what I want to get most of you out of. I want to get you away from that. And that's why I'm trying to walk in here and kind of show you. I know somebody in there picked decks. And so if we go in and look at this, what all goes into decks, right? And so just a few things off my thing is deck repair, right? So deck repair is kind of inside the niche. I'm going to come back here and go deck repair. Repair. Okay, 12, still pretty high, right? Actually higher than just decks. So still pretty high. So let's go down and go, okay, so you got deck repair. Maybe you have composite decks, okay? Composite decks. And I'm looking as well inside deck repair if we keep going. So you have composite decks as well. I'd put that there. What else do we have? We have deck railing, right? Deck railing. We got deck, let's keep going. Deck railing. You have deck lights. You have wood decks. You have, I won't even do pergolas. I'm going to just stick around decks. So you got deck, deck repair, composite decks, deck railing, deck lights, wood decks. And then if we look in deck repair, and Coach, if you guys can't tell, Coach was sitting right here as well. So if you look inside deck repair, you know, what kind of deck repair is there? You know what I mean? There's just like fixing the little wood or the composite. But mostly deck repair is going to be maybe fixing some stairs, right? So you got stairs, but the big one that comes to my mind is like deck staining, deck painting, right? So those are a few things that come to my mind. So you have your niche, right? And we're going to walk through a few of these. You have your niche, and then you have your niche inside your niche, right? And then you have your niche inside your niche inside your niche, right? And so that's kind of what I'm looking at here. And it looks like both deck staining and deck painting would fall under repair. But let's go in here real quick and let's just look. So I'm just going to do this real quick. I'm going to jump into Ahrefs. This is a keyword research tool. If you guys don't have it, this is what this is. So deck, we're going to look at deck staining. Nope. Staining. All right. So deck staining. Don't worry about the keyword difficulty. I'm actually only in here. Oops, it went backwards. Give me 1 second. I'm only in here to look overall because deck staining seemed like a good niche. The next thing I do is I throw the main keyword in there for the entire nation and go, okay, there's a little bit of search volume, but let me go see if this is, dang it. Let me go back. There you go. I'm going to go down here and hit view all, and I'm going to see if deck staining is being searched in certain areas and what the KDs are for that. Okay. So I can start right here, deck staining near me, and I'm looking for areas, right, for deck staining that would be, you know, Chicago, Colorado Springs, whatever it is that has search volume. I'm going to see if I can find, you know, 10 to put up or 15 to put up or 20 to put up in specific areas that we know has search volume. So I'm going to go through this real quick. Cleaning, power washing, deck staining Omaha. So 100 volume, 2 KD, that's under my 3 KD, right? So there's one. Boom, boom, Home Depot, tips, tools. Okay. Tips for staining a deck, staining Trex deck, bop, 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 bop. I see that there's painting as well, so I'm going to look at that. Cleaner deck. We're looking for areas. I'm going to keep going. 2, 3, 4. Just keep going. And yes, if you guys are brand new and you're just getting into Ahrefs, it gets a little boring a little bit, but lots of knowledge being dropped. Here you go. Deck staining Chicago, right? So 40 search volume, 1 KD. Then we got Deck staining Kansas City, 40-4. I'd probably still go after it. Boom. What else we got? Deck staining Atlanta, 40-0. Knocking out freaking kindergartners. What else we got? I think we got 5 right now. Right here, deck staining San Antonio, 1-40. Here's deck staining Woodbridge, VA, 0-30. Okay, boom. Deck staining Cincinnati, 0 KD again. Up. Let's see what else we got. Deck staining Louisville, 20-0. I think that gives me, and then Grand Rapids, 20-0. Okay. So you guys are probably looking at this right now, and you're probably saying, Josh, that's a, you got one with 80, you got one with 60, you got one with 4 or 5 or 6 with 40, right? It was 5 or 6 or 4 with 40, and then 1 with 30 or 2 with 30. So you're probably going, oh my God, such low search volume. Why would you want to go after that? Well, if you don't have to add as many backlinks, and you don't have to add as many citations, and you don't have to wait around for it to rank as much, would it be worth it to you if you made $400 a month per site and you could put up 10 of them, right? And so I think you have to look at the bigger picture on what it's going to take you to get those up. So we don't stop right there. Obviously, we continue to jump in, and I'm going to go ahead and do that with you guys as well. I should have stayed up there. But so now we know, hey, staining, we can put up 10 of these things for a lead gen. It's like knocking out freaking 1st, 2nd, and 3rd graders. But is staining worth it? So we're going to go deck staining, cost, average, right? I'm just going to come in here. So $2 to $4 a square foot. See that? Average cost to stain a deck, $2 to $4. Okay. So what is a normal deck size? Like if we went in here and did a little bit of math, which I'm going to go ahead and do with you guys. So I'm going to come in here, calculator. Let's just say we're in between there, right? $1.50 a square, right? And let's say that deck, most decks, I know my deck in my back is 23 feet by 12. So I'm 267 square, right? So I'm 267 square times 1.50. Boom. It's only $414. Does that seem right to you guys? Might be right. Average cost to stain a deck. Labor deck staining. The cost to stain a deck typically ranges $540 to $1,050 with an average just over $700. This equates to an average cost of $2 to $4, not $1.50. Okay, so we're going to go to $3. So 276 was my square foot times 3. That seems about right. So if we go to a business owner, right, and I don't know this yet, this is all in the research, but let's say that we go to a business owner now and we go, okay, there's 30 searches, right? Let's say 30 searches, and I can bring you, 20% of those searches actually become a customer, right? Because I get you in the top position or whatever. So let's say that we get him 6 customers. So business owner, if I make you $4,968, will you pay me $450 a month, right? And then if you have 10 of these sites, obviously you're going to be right around $4,500 for that. Clear. $4,500 for that, right? 450 times 10, you got 10 of these things rented out, etc., right? But I think the big thing that we have to figure out real quick, I think we're at 858 or something like that, right? I think the big thing we have to figure out is, okay, how much does it cost to stain a deck, right? So material costs probably cost them less, at least for mine, it's 200 and something square, probably less than $50 on this job. One guy labor for a half day to come and do it, probably what? Let's say he's paying $15 an hour, 5 hours. What's that come to, Sean? That's 60, 75 bucks. So let's say he's out 100 and let's just call it freaking 150 bucks on this job. The guy's still at a $708 profit margin. Let's say he has to pay for the guy's gas as well, another 50 bucks. He's still at 658, right? So it's still a really good profit margin. Now, if we were sending, 8 jobs or whatever, so what would that come to? So if we got 858, right? And then if we went times, we were saying we're going to send him what? 8 jobs, 40 to 20%, which is really freaking low. Like if you guys actually knew what you get when you're in the first position, I know on fencing, I think there's a total of 350 search volume on it, and we got 187 calls. Okay. So quite a bit of traffic from that, over 50%. So if we did this right here, right, and we were saying we're going to bring him 8 jobs, right? Is that right? 8 jobs? Or yeah, because 40 times 20%. So yeah, it'd be eight jobs. 6% would be 15% of the traffic, which would be super low. That means your conversion's off. So you'd be roughly between, he would make roughly $4,000 to $7,000 a month, right? Before he pays out his payroll. If he pays out his payroll, he's probably $5,000, right? $4 to $5,000 a month profit. And then all you're asking him for is $450 a month for that site. So ask yourself, I guess, that question. If I made you $5,000 a month, right, or $4,000 a month profit, would you pay me 10% of that? Would you pay me 20% of that? Right. So I think this is a pretty good niche when going in. I didn't see as many as I would like. And so some of the other things that you have to pay attention to as well when you're doing this is to come in here and not just research that, but like deck staining. And then we talked about .com. So I would come in here and I would go Keyword Explorer. So we looked at deck staining, but also let's look at deck painting. So maybe we build a lead gen called deck painting and staining, right? Or something like that in that area. So then I would look at deck painting and I would come in here, once again, view. All right. And then we're going to run through some of this. I just kind of ran down quick. Deck painting. Deck painting, deck painting. Tell me if you see deck painting, deck boards, deck primer, preparing, how to prepare deck painting, painting. I'm looking for area, right? Full decking, stained wood, concrete pull deck. Deck painting versus staining, deck cleaning. I'm not seeing a whole lot of painting here for areas, right? Paint, loading, weathered. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing a whole lot, but even 10 more search volume would be nice. We can see, here you go. Deck painting, Columbus, Ohio. So another 10 searches there. I'm sure they get deck staining as well. And if you look, just so you guys, anybody new in here, you're going to see volume here in this monthly volume. You're going to see CPC, which is your cost per click. And so obviously these guys are making really good money because you can come through here, see cost per click of like $2.50, $3, and then Blau for freaking deck painting, $15 a click out in Columbus, Ohio. That's what somebody's willing to pay Google if they click with that keyword through to their site. So obviously these guys are willing to pay for it because they're making good profit, right? And so pay attention to that as well. And I'm sure as you go through this, you'll find a few more in here, but that will give you a few more niches. But so obviously, digging in, as you guys can see here, so we're going to find a niche. We're going to find a niche within that niche. Then we're going to turn around and do the niche inside those niches, right? This is where money is made. And the reason that money is made there is think about how many people come in and start deck companies, right? So maybe you started out as zero. I know that a lot of you students can probably raise your hand right now and say, you know what? I started out with a 0 KD, and now I look at it and it's 11, 12, 13 KD after a couple years. And the reason is because you're staying up here in just a regular niche. You're not niching down in your niche to find those areas that people don't hyper focus on. They just don't. They don't spend the time to do that. And if you do that, you're not going back and having to add backlinks, you know, a year from now, 2 years from now, citations, etc. Your site just stays up. It stays up there and it stays grinding for a long period of time. And this is where I want you guys. I want you guys right here. So let's go in and pick another one. Let me see. If you guys got questions, I want you guys to ask as well. So do that real quick. Let me see if I can jump out of this. My questions aren't showing up. Here we go. To build one for just one service at a time. Let's see. All right, hold up. There's a shit ton of calls. Hey, you want to start reading me questions from over there? You know what? I think we should bring Sean Cottrell over here on this live. No, you don't want to. His mustache is getting long. He needs to shave first. Give me a minute. So I'm curious how we should approach companies similar to who I work for now that do multiple things such as siding, windows, doors, roofing, and gutters. I think that's a really good question, Joshua. So I think when you start a relationship, instead of coming into the company and going, hey, I do it all, you know, I'm going to focus on all of these for you. I'm going to really push this through the roof. I would go in and say, hey, listen, I know that you make this much money on siding, right? Like we know siding is good money, whether it's stucco, whatever it is that you're putting up, it makes really good money for these companies. And so same thing with windows, right? So you might step into the owner or step into whoever you're working with and say, hey, listen, I know we do all this stuff and I want to earn your business all the way around, right? But let me hyper focus and work on your site or build you a lead gen in this one area. And if I do a good job for you and I grow your sales and I grow your business in windows or siding or gutters or whatever it is you want to tackle, then I want to go on and move into another area with you and make money with you, right? And so I would, instead of trying to get all of their business in all the areas, right? Because as you guys know, I own Pro Angle Construction, and we focus on a lot of different stuff: windows, doors, concrete, roofing. Like we do it all, right? And because we do it all, it would be a lot for one person to take on, or for me to believe that they were going to take it on, especially if I didn't know search engine optimization, if I didn't know lead generation. I would be more likely to work with a guy like yourself, Joshua, that came in and just said, hey, you know, I know we make a lot of money with siding. I want to come in and I want to work on the siding thing with you. I'm going to start generating some clients. You can try them out, right? And I'd probably use the go fast, look sexy approach to where you're building out a landing page or building out a little quick 5-page site that converts people as quickly as possible from Google ads, Facebook ads to get them in the door. And I would let my boss, who you're talking about, I would let him try those leads out. Maybe I'd send him 2 to 5 leads, let him try it out, see what he closes. He'd be happy with the results, and we'd move forward from there to where I'd start grabbing his, like you said, siding, windows, doors, roofing, and gutters. Okay. So that's the way I would approach it. Go after just one, build the trust, build your character, and really build that relationship with them to where they trust you, and you'll be able to start pulling over the rest of their business. Okay. That's what I would do. How we should approach. Go ahead.
Best Ahrefs tutorial.
Okay, I can do that for a second. All right, so some of you wanted to know more about Ahrefs. I think it's pretty simple. Give me a niche, Sean. Roof repair. Repair, and let's go Denver. Okay, so we're gonna come down Denver. Let's say you see Wilson Brothers right here. Number 1, I'm going to jump in. Let's pull it up. Cool. It's not loading very fast, so give me a minute. And I'm not even at home. I wonder if that shut down. There we go. Is that a slow site? All right, so I want you to pay attention to how I put this in, right? So I'm going to go ahead and post this up here. If you guys are new to Ahrefs Ahrefs is a cool tool. It allows you to pick apart the competition. It allows you to find keywords, know keyword difficulties, etc. And it's a really good tool for research. That's really what it's used for. Whether you're doing search engine optimization for a customer, whether you're building your own lead gen, this is kind of your guide to your success, right? This is going to guide you and show you what the easy keywords are to target, how many backlinks the competitor has that you need to go in. I'm sure all of you have done due diligence, right? If you built your agency site, if you put up a lead gen, if you've done any SEO at all, you guys know our due diligence research and you guys are using that, which is great. So that's what this tool is used for. But when I put it in here, I want you guys to understand that this normal URL, right? It comes right here and it's wilsonsbrothersroofing.com. Okay, that's the normal URL. So if I come in here and I just leave it at path right here, I'm going to see the entire URL. Oh, I'm going to see just that. So what I want to do, normally I would see this. I think it's because I was using it. So normally I would see the entire URL. Okay, so that's not just showing me was it repair that you had me do? That's not just showing me this repair page that's actually ranking. This is showing me the entire site. Okay. So when you come in here, it's going to show me every keyword. See this? Roof repair Denver, 4th position, 250 volume, 24 traffic out of it is what they're saying. Denver roof repair, 80 searches a month, 7 traffic, 4th position. And so it's going to walk me through all those keywords. But this is for the entire site. If you watch, if I come in here and I go URL exact, which is just that page, you can see how the keywords changed, right? So this is just this page and what this page is ranking for, okay? So watch that once again. Domain with all subdomains, which you can see all the back pages on here. You see that? Linking, shingles, roof repair, supplies, etc. Or I come in here and go URL exact, which if we're going after roof repair, this is the exact page that was ranking, okay? So I want you guys to understand that if you're looking at like backlinks to beat this guy and you're looking at URL exact, this page has no referring domains to it, right? So it's passing power from the home page back to this page where he's getting keywords and getting organic traffic, okay? But his home page, if I wanted to beat his entire site, I would need to know how many domains were on this home page, and he has 112 coming in. Okay, so that's what I would look at there. Okay, I hope that's a good enough breakdown. Yep. Cool. So that's the way you want to look at it. Furthermore, you can come up to Keyword Explorer up here at the top. I use that to pick apart backlinks, see what keywords competitors are ranking for, and then I use Keyword Explorer to come on here, and I might get froggy with it and go roof. And the less that you use here, the better. So if I'm doing repair, I might go roof repair Denver. And this is a good way to find niches too, right? So I'll go roof repair Denver, and then I can view all the keywords around roof repair and Denver. So there you go. Roof leak repair, Denver CO roof repair, flat roof repair, etc. Right? Let's say that you're in a smaller city like Pueblo, Colorado, or Castle Rock, Colorado. And I think the populations, and I think that's important as well. So Pueblo, let's look at this, Pueblo, Colorado, population. So 110,000. So it's within the guidelines that we give you when you guys are first starting. But let's say we're in Pueblo and we want to go repair and then Pueblo, right? Because a lot of our stuff is going to be based around repair because that will be a niche within a niche. Oh, sorry. Here you go. Did it again. Pueblo. Here we go. There you go. So now I can come in here and just start picking through everything repair to find some good niches as well, right? So here's auto repair, computer repair, Pueblo. 150 volume, 0 KD, TV repair, 60 and 0, computer repair again, 60 and 0, cell phone repair, 40 and 0, small engine repair, let's see, vacuum repair, windshield repair, 20 and 0, Sewing machine repair, 20 and 0. Let's see. Lawnmower repair, windshield repair again. Paintless dent repair, 10. So you can go with those repairs. You could also do this in bigger cities if you wanted to. Give me a bigger city. Colorado Springs, like 500,000 population. Springs repair. Here we go. Here you go. Appliance repair, 22 KD, probably not. Computer repair. Sprinkler repair. So let's talk about, we can jump into that too later, but that would be a niche, obviously within a niche, right? You got landscaping, right? And then you'd go down to sprinkler repair or sprinklers, right? So irrigation is probably what it'd fall under in landscaping. And then you'd go from irrigation to sprinklers, and then you'd go from sprinklers to sprinkler repair, would get you that level of separation to where most people are not spending their time, right? But that's where you need to be spending yours. So 400 volume, 5 KD, right? And then we keep going down, deck repair, kind of high, sewing machine, paintless dent repair, high, laptop repair, 4, printer repair, 150 and 0. So that's knocking out. Clock repair, 150 and 0. Refrigerators, kind of high. Guitar repair, 103. Colorado Springs computer repair, vacuum repair, leather repair. Like these are just obscure, right? Like how many things, like let's look at this real quick. Leather repair. Maybe you know somebody that does leather repair. I don't know. You have to dig into that niche to see if it's worth your money, right? See if it's worth your time and they make enough money. But I would think I got a couple leather bottom pair of shoes, right? That I would pay to get fixed. And I think we spent, I think they were like, one was $1,800. The other one was like $3,200 for the shoes. And so when that leather bottom wears out, I'd pay a couple $100 to repair them. It only takes them a couple hours to do. So that might be good, but let's look in here real quick and just see how many people are in the map pack. And kind of do our due diligence, right? And you guys all know about due diligence. If you set up a lead gen, if you do SEO, you're taught due diligence. If you set up your agency site, you're taught due diligence. And so you need to circle back to that due diligence. But what I love about this right here, if I wanted to pick this niche, is the fact that it's low-hanging fruit. Website, right? Website. If you notice, no directions on these, right? These people are doing it out of their house. No directions. You see that? Only one person has directions to an actual shop. The rest of them are doing it out of their house. Furthermore, you come in here and go right here, they don't have a website, low-hanging fruit, right? So 1 without a website, 2 without a website, right? 3 without a website, 4 without a website. You see that? So super low-hanging fruit. This is something you could go after super, super fast. But let's go in and do this real quick. So now let's say that you did want to go after leather repair because it seems like a decent niche. I don't know, obviously, the profit margin on this, right? And I think that you need to do your research, right? You need to do your research and see the profit margins, maybe call a couple places, figure out what it costs to how long it takes to get something like that repaired. Do some research online like you've seen me do, right? How much does it cost to stain a deck? Do some research to figure out if it's a good niche. But if it was, I'd just come in here and I would go, okay, let me furthermore find out a little bit more about this. And then I'm going to go leather repair. And then I'm going to look for cities. How many can I put up, right? So I'm going to come in, upholstery, leather furniture, repair kit, Lowe's. There's a lot of search volume here. So I'm just going to go through. Kits, bags. Oops, I think I've seen something in here. I'm looking for location names, right? So I'm looking for leather repair and then location names, leather jackets. There you go. Leather repair, Las Vegas. 150 search volume, 4 KD. I hope that updated when I hit that. Oh, there you go. Leather repair San Antonio, 2 KD, 150 search volume. Leather jacket repair New York City, 100 search volume, 5 KD. Leather jackets repair New York City, 100 search volume, 2 KD. Is that the same one I just seen? I don't think so. I think it's them different. Then you got leather repair Phoenix, 100 search volume, 2 KD. So same thing here, guys. Let's say they charge a couple $100 a pair of shoes, or maybe $50 for a pair of Birks. You know what I mean? Like, what's their profit margin? Where are they at? Are they making an extra $5,000 a month, $2,500 a month? Maybe you can put up 10, 15 of these things, like leather repair St. Louis, 100 volume, 4 KD. Maybe you can put up, 10 or 15 of these things and rent them out for $250 a month, right? But you get them up right away, low hanging fruit. A lot of people don't even have websites in this niche, right? And so not a lot of people are going to be jumping in there competing with you over the next year or 2 years. So you can get in right away and make money right away, $250 a month, $350 a month, whatever it is. And so continue looking for niches like this. This to me, this is a good niche. Okay. That's what I want you guys to start doing. I want you guys to start paying attention to the obscure niches that are out there, right? Because there's a lot of them. There's a lot of obscure niches like leather repair, right? And you guys seen the way I did that once again is I just typed in repair in a city, but as you go to the larger cities, you'll see more and more. So let's jump in here real quick. Leather repair. So if I go, like, Denver's a bigger city, right? Denver, and then I type in repair next to it, I can jump in and I can start pulling out niches that I've never really thought of, right? Camera repair, lamp repair, boat repair could be a good one, but that's kind of, people kind of pull their stuff over there. Printer repair, boot repair. Look, boot repair, right? Who would have ever thought? Who would have ever thought about that? Tile repair. Tile's another good niche within a niche. Windshield repair, garage door repair. Already seen that. Let me see if we can find another really good one. Watch repair. I don't know. Have you ever had a watch repair? Oh, you don't have one? Me neither. Kind of not there. I don't know what that costs, but that could be something just like that leather one, right? So you got to go through there. Brake repair. But everybody's looking for stuff like this, right? Furnace repair. Everybody's jumping into something like that because they know a furnace being repaired, somebody makes a couple $1,000 on, right? So it's 13 KD, but you might have to wait 6 months to a year to get the thing up, get it producing, so you can rent it out for $2,000, $3,000 a month. That's cool. But what if I told you that you could put up 100 of these obscure niches, just like we do, every 90 days, every 120 days, you could get 100 of these up, making you $250 to $500 a month. That's $25,000 to $50,000 a month in digital real estate, and you're doing very little work. You don't have to add as many citations. You don't have to add as many backlinks. You don't have to add as much content. You don't have to have as much pages, right? Because you're going after obscure niches. And that's really what I wanted to get across to you guys tonight, is that there's so many obscure niches. You just have to think deeper, right? So you just got to think deeper. Here's a really good one: chimney repair, hot tub repair, right? Look at that, hot tub repair. So let's look at that one real quick. Boom, hot tub repair. Okay, give me 1 second. Copy. All right, so I'm going to go hot tub repair right up here. Paste. Another obscure niche, right? And then we're going to come in here and we're going to go hot tub repair. I'm just going to grab an area. Let me go Kansas City. I don't know the population there, but let's just say it's around there. So look, very first guy in the map pack, right? No website, no directions, just a phone number, right? Look at this, website directions. Let's go right here. Look at this. There's only in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're already in the top 10, right? When you first start, and 1, 2 of the top 10, number 1 and number 4, do not have websites or directions to their stuff, right? So you're already winning right away as long as this produces. So let's look at hot tub repair. Coming down, hot tub repair near me, hot tub repair, Hot tub leak repair. Here you go. So hot tub repair Denver, 90 search volume, 0 KD, right? Hot tub repair Colorado Springs, 90 and 1. Hot tub repair Utah, 80 and 0. Hot tub repair Portland, 80 and 0. Boom, boom. Hot tub repair Dayton, Ohio, 60 and 0. Hot tub repair Manifold, 60 and 0. Hot tub repair Kansas City, 60 and 1. Vancouver, 60 and 0. Indianapolis, 50 and 0. Michigan, Phoenix. I mean, this one goes on and on, right? Even Long Island, hot tub repair Long Island, 50 and 0. Austin, 40 and 0. So hot tub repair seems pretty good. If you can get 10% of these or 20% of these people that land on your site because you're number one, right? To get on there and make a phone call and book. So 20% is what? 8? So 8 customers, figure out what they're making, right? If you get him 8 customers and his average customer is $500, you know what I mean? It's $500 to fix a hot tub. Maybe it's less. Maybe it's $250. Who cares? 250 times 8 is what, Sean? $2,000? Yep. So you're $2,000. So you want 10% of that. If I made you $2,000 in the next 30 days, will you pay me $200? Now, if you can do that 20 times, that's $4,000 a month in your pocket with digital real estate, and it costs you nothing to make it happen. These are all 0 KDs. You're in the GMBs super quick, right? Low hanging fruit, and you're making money, barely doing anything to make it happen. And these are assets that will pay you month after month, mailbox money, just like my wife likes to say, right? And so that's the kind of thing I wanted to get you guys to wrap your head around tonight. Sean, go ahead with your question.
Is this specifically for lead gens, or are you doing similar stuff for your SEO clients?
So for SEO, obviously we get in there and do research. As you guys know, I don't have to knock out third graders anymore because of all the assets we have and everything, and we have the knowledge, right? And we've taken action with that knowledge. We kind of built a name for ourselves. And so we go after more high-end niches. Like right now, we're super focused on HVAC, roofing, right? Some bigger money niches that pay us more. But we still niche down. So I'm niched down in search engine optimization. Like Mr. and Mrs. Leads doesn't really even bring on any clients anymore. We're niched down. We own a few other companies like roofing advertisement. We own some HVAC stuff that's specific to HVAC and plumbing. And we niche down to go after those SEO clients, okay? Because it's like this. If you if you called an HVAC guy, or if you called an HVAC company and they were like, HVAC, plumbing, roofing, solar, freaking siding, windows, and doors, how may I help you? You'd go, oh shit, I just need HVAC. This guy focuses on so much shit. Why should I use him, right? I want somebody that focuses on HVAC, all their time's on HVAC. That way I'm not paying some guy to come to my house that works on so much and knows so little about each thing that he's going to come in and spend an extra 8 hours at my house and charge me an extra 8 hours to get it done, right? No, I want somebody specialized in HVAC, right? And if they're specialized in HVAC, they can get over to my house, diagnose the problem, fix the problem, and get out of my house so that I don't have to look at them all day and they don't have to look at me, right? And it costs me less money if they're specialized as well. And I get the result I'm looking for faster, right? So that's what you would think if you called somebody. Now, what do they think if they call a search engine optimization company that works in a million different niches with a million different clients, and they're looking specifically to rank an HVAC site, right? So niching down gives you the edge. It gives you that leverage. It gives you that pull. And furthermore, it gives them results, because if your time is focused on that one specific niche, you know every backlink that you have to go get that's free. You know every citation. You know every freaking GMB trick to get it up. You know every picture that's going to work for them. You know every freaking piece of copy that's going to convert the people, the traffic that lands on your sites into actual customers for that business. You know everything about that niche so you can bring them results faster. And that's what people are about. And that's what you need to be about, right? Because I teach you guys day in and day out. We're not just some fucking regular marketers. We are badass marketers here to bring value to our customers, here to make sure we produce results for each and every one of them, and we 10x everything we do. If we're charging somebody 2,000, we're making them 20, 30, 40, right? If we're charging somebody $5,000, we're making them $50,000 to $100,000, right? So I got customers that pay me upwards, and I got some that pay $15,000. I got one that's $22,500. So you can imagine how much money I make them every single month. And you need to be providing the same value. And you do that by niching down, knowing that niche inside and out just as well as they do. Business owners call me to help run their companies for a reason. Because I'm very knowledgeable in their niche. I'm watching trends. I'm watching things change in the industry. I'm working with other companies just like theirs. So I'm gaining knowledge that I can help all of them and guide all of them to the top, right? And that's where you need to be as well. So any other questions?
How many niches should someone be in?
I would start like, I don't think I would do more than, like, even me personally. So as you guys know, I own freaking dentalmarketing.com as well. So we have a lot of different niches that we've been in, but we don't hyper focus on all of them at the same time. Like, we'll go into a niche, we'll kill it, we'll get to like $30,000 to $50,000 a month coming in. And then if I get bored of it or I want to go into another one, I'll go, okay, I'm going to go into HVAC. And I have all these, I think we have 5 or 6 now niche down SEO companies. Okay. And so in that would go for the same for lead gen. I might jump into one, get to know it really well, get to know that it works, get to know my links work. I would probably build as many as I possibly can. Like I said, we're putting up 100 in each niche now. And then once I have that 100 built, then I'm going into another niche. Then I'm going into another niche. Okay. But if you wanted to, maybe some of you want to start like I did, to where you're in a specific area and you're like, I just want to own all the lead gens in my area. Then go after three niches at a time. Go put them up, build them up, and then go on to the next. I'm just telling you, it's going to take you a lot more time. And time is money. Time is money, right? And so I want you to make money as fast as possible. To do that, you get as many lines in the water as possible with lead gens, right? Making you money. And that's what, in that time, you can do it so much faster if you're hyper focused on one niche at a time. So my response to you is, yes, can you do it by going into 3 to 5 niches at a time, or 1 or 2 niches at a time? Yes. Will you do it faster going after one? Yes. You're going to learn so much more and so much faster and be able to scale at such a faster rate. That's where your time is best spent. Okay. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight, first night in here, which was super freaking cool. I'm just learning all these systems that we got in place here. Am I still sharing my screen? Nope, I'm not sharing my screen anymore. So I'm just learning all my stuff in here. Do you guys have more questions about niching down? I would love to answer them for you as well. So if you have more questions, go ahead and ask away, and I'll jump in and do it. Multiple things such as, cool. Let me jump out of here real quick. Can you think of any questions they might have about niches as well? Because I know you're in that whole niche phase as well. So do you have any questions at all? Still possible with SEO quick. Cool. Let's jump in and talk about that real quick. I know some of you guys like using free tools, and I don't blame you. I used free tools for the first 18 months of my digital real estate career. So I want to jump in here real quick and talk about that. So if you look at mine, here you go. Google, let's just go fencing, Denver. Just pull that up. All right, it's not pulling up here. Let's go SEO quick. There you go. So SEO quick is still here, right? Furthermore, I can still jump in. Let's go in here. Page info. I can still jump into SEO quick, right? And I can still go through this. Okay. So here you go. Here's Denver fencing, Denver fence. See that? It's going to tell me how many times it repeats. Denver fence guys, Denver fence supply. So SEO quick is still going to give you some of this research for free, right? And we can go in even further, I believe. You can go through the whole audit of their site. And this is free. This is a free tool that will let you go through all of this, okay? So you can come through and look at that. I don't know if this is going to give me the likes. I haven't seen this before. External, let's see, densities. It'll give me keywords down here as well, what they have it in there, fence installation, Denver fencing, etc. Right? So that's all good. If you guys wanted to know if SEO Quake still works, SEO Quake still works. Just did it right in front of you. And now I want to go into keywords everywhere. Let's go check that out. Keywords. Oh, it's right there. Here's keywords everywhere. Boom, it's off. I'm going to turn it on real quick. So let's go back in here. Same thing. If I go fencing Denver. There you go. So same thing, Justin, still working right here. Let's see that keyword, fencing Denver sport, chain link, etc. I really wanted to jump in there. I should be able to see this history, buy credits now. So you can buy credits on, if you guys want to use keywords everywhere, you can buy credits to view all of these and they'll give you some of the KDs, etc. I know you can come in here and buy, 100,000 credits for $10 and it's going to give you keyword difficulty, just like Ahrefs. And this 100,000 credits, the biggest thing that you want to know with keywords everywhere, if you guys are using it, is when it's on up here, you're paying every time you use it. So if you're doing research for fencing or you think you found a niche, turn it on, just like you've seen me do there. And then when you're done, turn it off, because if you jump back on your computer and you're just doing random searches about something else, you're getting charged for those. But I know some students told me they bought this $10 credit right here and it lasted them almost 3 months just by turning it off and back on. If you don't, it'll last you maybe a month for that $10, okay? So still not expensive to use, still has all the functionalities that you guys have been trained in, and it's still a free tool, at least for the outside, to give you some of those keywords. Another thing that you guys can do when you're looking for niches or looking for keywords, guys, and I used to do this all the time, this is how I built most of mine, is keywords everywhere, right? SEO Quake. And then I would type in stuff like Denver fencing. And then I would just scroll down here. I'd either look right here like this. And back in the day, it was just down here. So Denver fencing down here. You see this? This is how I'd get some other, keywords for my sites, is I'd pull them straight from Google, because why would Google lie about what's being searched, right? So I'd be like Denver fence, Denver fencing, and I would just look at some of these keywords they throw up here, and I would go after these keywords in my sites, okay? That's another way to kind of find that, okay? But I hope that helps. Any other questions? Cool. Think we're good for the night, guys. Thank you guys for showing up. I hope that you guys enjoyed tonight. We will be hosting these like this, I believe, from now on. And we'll be doing what's really cool is we're going to be doing some live interviews with some business owners. I know a lot of you have fear of approaching business owners. Some of you may think that business owners are above you, so you have a hard time cold calling, you have a hard time reaching out. We're going to be doing live interviews with actual business owners so you can get to know them. You start to understand that they are just like you. They are no different. You'll start to understand their mindset. You will start to understand what they are looking for when it comes to working with somebody, the character that they're looking for, etc. Okay, so with that, I'm going to jump off for the night. Much love, much respect. We'll see y'all soon.